Long live the people, long live.
Long live.
Down with abductions, down.
Down.
Kataa kutekwa nyara, kataa.
Kataa.
Kataa kutekwa nyara na mapolisi, kataa.
Kataa.
Tetea haki, tetea.
Tetea.
Tetea haki, tetea.
Tetea.
Simama na haki, simama.
Simama.
More power to Kenyans, more power.
More power.
You are left first, you. Comrades, left. Shakira will, Comrade Shakira will lead us in the national anthem, so that we start with today's presser. And the presser that we have today is to join the families of individuals that have been abducted and disappeared by President RUTO's regime. And we are concerned that since June to date, we have got more than 92 individuals that have been abducted by RUTO's men, under RUTO's watch, and under RUTO's directive. We are also concerned that in the month of December alone, we have got more than 12. The latest one being yesterday evening. 12 abductions in the month of December. Yet we see President William Ruto and his people going to churches, calling for peace, calling for love, and calling for patriotism. So we are here under an act of patriotism, and I will ask Comrade Shakira to lead us in the national anthem.
Ilete baraka kwetu, haki iwe ngao na mlinzi, na tukae na undugu, amani na uhuru, raha tupate na ustawi.
Thank you so much. So in front of you, I want to welcome the members of the 4th Estate for the good work that you've been doing, for standing with Kenyans, and for exposing excesses of government. We want to pray that may God give you long life, and may God protect you as you stand with Kenyans who are in need of justice. In front of us here are the families of individuals that have been abducted during the month of December 2024. So I will start from the far right to introduce himself and say the family members is represented. Yes. So tutaanza na huyu ndugu yangu, useme jina yako na unawakilisha familia gani. Karibu.
Asante sana. My name is Matthew K. Samuel, chairperson here and a youth leader. I'm here in the spirit of comradeship to represent our comrades who are abducted by the regime of Kenya Kwanza, that is Ronnie Kiplagat and Kibet, and we need the immediate release of the individuals. Thank you.
Mami?
Majina anaitwa Sita Mdenge, naishi Kadola South, nimekuja kurepresent na mdada mdogo wangu kwa sheria tarehe 16 mko Mlolongo. Jina yake Kalani Mwema.
Alipotea tarehe 16 mwezi wa Desemba. Jina yake anaitwa Martin Mchoko Mwao. Kulewa na watu ambao wajulikani. Wanaita polisi.
Kwa majina naitwa Monica Mwende Mwema, naishi Kichwe. Nimekuja kurepresent my brother anaitwa Kalani Mwema. Alichukuliwa na watu ambao wanazifanya polisi na mpaka saa hii hatujawapata, tumetafuta. Tunataka haki itendeke, brother wetu apatikane. Tumesumbuka police station zote, hakuna mahali tumepata brother yetu. Mr. President, ulisema utatupatia haki yetu. Unaenda kabisa unasema wewe ni Mkristo. Ulisema sisi tutakuwa na haki, tutakuwa na amani Kenya yetu. Sasa kwa nini hii mambo yote imehappen, watoto wetu wanachukuliwa bila kujulikana? Sasa hii nimetafuta brother yangu wiki mbili na sijampata. Yuko wapi brother yangu Mr. President? Mr. President, please. simu yake ni mteja. So President, please naliuka. Mimi nilitetea sana ukapata hii kura. Na mpaka sasa nilijua tutaishi maisha mazuri na utatupatia na utatupatia haki zetu. Lakini bado tunateseka. Brother yetu ako wapi? Kalani mwema ako wapi? Please achiliwe. Mr. President, please nakuomba. Please. Watoto wetu waachiliwe, waachiliwe.
Kataa kutekwa jara, kataa.
My name my brother was being arrested on the 16th alongside ambassadors, two unmasked men. The men were masked and their car number plates were being hidden. So since that day, my brother has been missing for 2 weeks now. Their phone has been switched off since that day. We don't know where they're about. They are not in police station. We have been trying to search for them in every kind of police station. We are not being chased of them. They are going to prisons. Their name is not in the list of those guys who are in prison. So actually, we are appealing to the government because those guys they have been arrested by police. I don't know if there is anyone apart from police who can arrest someone. I don't know if there is any car can walk in our roads, being number plate, without number plates. If there are not policemen who arrested these guys, so the government should tell us those kinds of sport they are releasing on the community to arrest our people. They should tell us, because those cars they walk in our roads and they don't have number plates, and those cars they are arresting our young brothers. This guy, our brother, is so painful for somebody to spend a week without knowing your brother, your son, where he is, a whole week. You have not talked to him, you don't know where he is, he has not told you. And then we are just relaxing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So those are just some of the family members who are representing over 92 individuals that have been abducted by people who we believe are state operatives. And we want to read the press statement here on this subject matter. So naomba tu power to the people. Power to the people. Power to the people. Down with abductions, down. Down with enforced disappearance, down. Down with police brutality, down. Tetea haki, tetea. Tetea haki, tetea. Tetea vijana, tetea.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shakira Afula, and I'm an active citizen. I'm going to read a statement on the continued abductions by state agents on behalf of the youth of this country. We, the youth of this nation, take note of the state of human rights of Kenya in regards to the growing cases of enforced disappearances, abductions, extrajudicial killings, and femicide. We take note that our right to life, our freedom of speech and expressions are in grave danger. We have a record of more than 93 Kenyans who have been abducted since June 2024. In December alone, we have documented 13 abductions, with the most recent one being yesterday evening. The following abducted persons have their family members present in this presser. Gideon Kibet, he's a student at Egerton University, and he's a cartoonist. He was abducted on Christmas Day. Ronnie Kiplagat, Gideon Kibet's brother, who was abducted from Kikuyu SDA Church on Saturday, 22nd December. Steve Kavingo Mbisi, He was abducted from his home in Lolongo, Kazangatia by masked men on 16th. We also have Billy Mwangi, Peter Muteti, Bernard Kavuli, whose whereabouts are still unknown, Kelvin Mudhomi, 23-year-old, who was abducted yesterday, 26th December at around 5 p.m. in Githurai 45, Justus Mutumwa, a 23-year-old, Martin Juko Mwao, a 35-year-old, and Kalani Mwema, whose whereabouts are still unknown. The families are pleading with the state and government of President William Ruto to return back their children and brothers, and if they suspect them of any crime, to arraign them in court. We call for the immediate and unconditional release of all the abducted persons and other victims of enforced disappearances. These actions undermine the rule of law and violate the Constitution of Kenya and erode the trust of Kenyans in the government, thus questioning the legitimacy of this government. Our call to action for all Kenyans is we urge for everyone to remain vigilant and take necessary action to protect every member of our community. We now know that these abductors are operating illegal cells and are indeed criminals. Finally, we would like to understand the role of telcos such as Safaricom in aiding these abductions. We join all patriotic Kenyans in calling for nationwide protests on Monday, the 30th of December, 2024, to demand for justice and accountability. The streets are indeed calling. Viva comrades, viva!
Viva! Thank you so much. Odhiambo Ojiro. I'm an activist and I represent members of the Missing Voices, who are a network of organizations and individuals working to bring to justice cases of enforced disappearances, extrajudicial killings, and police brutality. One is that it is evident that these abductions are happening under the regime of President William Ruto, a man who rose to power on the promises of ending enforced disappearance and abduction, a man who rose to power on the belief that he is a man of God. It is indeed important that we join the religious leaders, we join human rights organizations, and we join families and Kenyans to stand up and demand an end to this kind of atrocities. We are concerned by the statements of Inspector General of Police, who is claiming that it is not the policemen or his officers who are involved in abductions. Then the question is, who is abducting Kenyans? If it is not the police, if it is not NIS, if it is not the DCI, then who is abducting Kenyans? And are we saying that the government is unable to arrest criminals who are disfranchising the rights of Kenyans? So we want to know from Mr. President, your Inspector General of Police has told Kenyans that it's not the police abducting. Are you also in agreement with IG? And then, if it's not the police, then who is doing this? Secondly, we are also concerned by the statements of the PS for Interior, whose statements are meant to silence human rights organizations who have started solidarity with Kenyans and have helped in documenting grave violations. If it were not for the human rights organizations, we could have not known Shakaola, we could have not known Rivayala, and we could have not known the recent one at Kware. It was human rights organizations like Uhuru Justice Center, like Ike Africa, and the rest. So the statements of the PS Raymond Omolo is a clear indication that we are walking towards the narrow era, and Kenyans must stand up to denounce this dangerous path that President William Ruto and his stooges are taking us. Lastly, President William Ruto has asked us to give him time to implement government agenda and fulfill his promises. And since that, the last protest, the Gen Z protest, we thought that he had learned his lessons. But what have we seen? We have seen excesses in government expenditure. We have seen the recycling of old politicians that have failed, and we have seen a raging wind of abductions and killings. And we have also seen an increase of silencing of voices of reason. And we are also calling out the associates of President William Ruto. In particularly, we are calling out the religious institutions that are still hosting President William Ruto in their prayer cells. We are asking them to join Kenyans and demand justice. We are also calling out on telecommunication companies. It is evident from the media report on how telecommunication companies like Safaricom, the way they have been aiding in giving illegal surveillance on Kenyans. The police cannot be able to pick people, detain them, kill them, maim them without the illegal collaboration and cooperation with telecommunication companies. We ask Safaricom to come out and tell us their position on these allegations. And we ask Kenyans that if Safaricom and these other telecommunication companies do not desist from these criminal tendencies, then we will not have any other option but to boycott your products and to resist your operations. So we demand, we cannot be watching Safaricom lie to us that tuungane, yet yeye anaungana na polisi wakora kutuua. Lastly, we remember the Christmas call of Pope, who said that indeed it is possible if we unite, that indeed we can bring change. We call upon all Kenyans to come in their large numbers Monday next week, so that we can finish the unfinished business of demanding for total change and political accountability. Long live the people, long live!
Long live!
Forward with the protest, forward!
Forward!
Down with the abductions, down!
Down!
Zakayo ashuke!
Ashuke!
Kasongo aende!
Aende!
Kiswahili kidogo. Habari wote ambao wamefika mahali hapa. Siku ya leo ni wakati ambapo tunasherehekea sikukuu ya Christmas. Lakini hamna la kusherehekea, haswa sisi kama vijana wa taifa la Kenya. Leo hii tumefika mahali hapa kwa sababu tunasononeshwa na matukio ambayo yanaendelea kutukia katika taifa letu la Kenya. Hivi kwamba sisi vijana wadogo tu ambao haja yetu imekuwa tu ni kupigania haki, usawa na kukua kwa taifa letu, tumeanza kutafutwa kama wanyama. Tunawindwa, tunatekwa nyara, hata wengine wetu hatujui mahali walipo leo hii. Ni jambo la kuhuzunisha kwamba wakati wewe unaposherehekea na rais na viongozi wa taifa hili wanapozunguka kwenye kanisa wakisema kwamba wanasherehekea Christmas njema, hatuna jambo jema la kusema sisi kama vijana wa taifa la Kenya. Moyoni mwetu tumejaa majonzi, maana kuna vijana wenzetu ambao tunawajua, ndugu zetu, dada zetu ambao hatupo nao sasa hivi, hatujui mahali walipo. Na la kusikitisha ni kwamba serikali ambayo inastahili kutueleza mahali wenzetu wapo inadai kwamba hata nao hawana ufahamu ambapo wenzetu walipo. Sasa tumebaki bila jawabu na tunajiuliza, je, tuna serikali ambayo inawajali mwananchi wa kawaida, serikali ambayo inatushughulikia sisi kama vijana haswa wa taifa hili la Kenya, ama ni serikali ambayo inatukandamiza sisi kama vijana wa taifa hili? Ukiangalia vijana hawa wamekuja hapa kwa sababu ya uzalendo ulio ndani ya mioyo yao. Kwa sababu wimbo wetu wa taifa unasema nasi tujitoe kwa nguvu. Nchi yetu ya Kenya tunayoipenda tuwe tayari kuilinda. Na kuilinda taifa letu la Kenya inamaanisha kuilinda kutokana na maadui waliopo humu ndani na maadui hata walipo nje. Na hivi sasa tuna adui mkubwa ambaye ametangaza vita dhidi ya vijana wadogo wa taifa hili la Kenya. Na sisi kama vijana leo hii tumejitokeza na kusema hatutasita, hatutaogopa na hatutatishwa na mambo haya ambayo yanazidi kuendelea. Jambo ambalo tungependa kuambia rais na viongozi wa taifa hili ni kwamba yote mnayoyatenda haya hayatuvunji moyo, yanatusikitisha, lakini tunapiga moyo konde. Manake tunajua kwamba ushindi uko karibu. Na ndio sababu tunatangaza, tunapoona machozi ya kina mama zetu yakitiririka, machozi ya dada zetu yakitiririka, si kwa sababu wanafurahia mambo ambayo yanafanyika katika taifa hili, wote wanalilia haki. Taifa hili kila mtu anatafuta haki. Vijana wanatafuta haki. Akina mama wanalilia haki za watoto wao. Akina baba vile vile wanalilia haki. Manake hatuwezi endelea kuishi kwenye taifa ambalo linatunyonga sisi ambao ni wanyonge. Ambao sisi tupo wengi katika taifa hili ni vijana. Lakini maono yetu hayasikizi. Mambo ambayo tunayazungumzia hayatilii maanani. Na yamepuuziliwa tu kwa umbali. Hasa ukiangalia katika uchaguzi ambao unaendelea katika nafasi za serikali kwenye taifa hili la Kenya, wana kwamba jamaa amezidi kwenda kuwatafuta wale mabwana wa kitambo ambao ujuzi wao ulishakwisha kuja kuwaleta katika karne hii ambayo inahitaji ustadi, inahitaji wa vijana wa machachari, anaenda kuwatafuta ili tu bora akuze uhusiano bora wa kisiasa na wao. Na hivyo basi vijana wa taifa hili mahali popote ulipo, kina mama wa taifa hili mahali popote mlipo, kina baba wa taifa hili mahali popote mlipo, wito ni mmoja, kwamba taifa letu linahitaji ukombozi mwingine, linahitaji ukombozi mpya. Hatuwezi endelea kuishi kwenye taifa ambalo linatunyanyasa. Hatuwezi endelea kuishi kwenye taifa ambalo linatuteka nyara, linatuua, na hata bila kukadiria kwamba linaua mustakabali wa taifa hili. Lazima tujitokeze kwa nguvu, tuonyeshe kwamba mwenye nchi ni mwananchi wala si viongozi.
People power!
Kwamba mamlaka ambayo viongozi hawa walionayo yanatoka kwetu sisi wananchi. Ni sisi tuliowapa mamlaka ya kuwa mahali walipo. Kwa hivyo viongozi wakigeuka na kuanza kututeka nyara, kutumaliza na kutuua, basi hatuna budi ila sisi kama vijana, kina mama na wazee wa taifa hili tusimame kidete na kuambia viongozi hawa kwamba imetosha. Tupo hapa kutangaza kwamba imetosha. Unaweza teka mmoja leo, lakini kesho tutainuka milioni moja. Utateka wawili leo, lakini milioni 2 watainuka kesho. Kwa hivyo hatutatishwa, hatutaogopa. Na kwa hivyo Jumatatu ijayo, na hii tunatoa ilani kwa viongozi wote wa taifa hili, vituo vyote vya polisi na Inspector General wa polisi, kwamba Jumatatu ijayo kama mbaya tumeamua kwamba tutarudi kwenye barabara, kwa sababu lugha ambayo mnaelewa ni lugha ya barabara, lugha ya maandamano. Na kama hiyo ndio lugha ambayo mnaelewa, basi tupo tayari, tumejitoa kama vijana na tutakuja na tutafanya kuzungumza na nyinyi kwa lugha ambayo mnaelewa. So Jumatatu vijana wote wa taifa hili mahali popote ulipo, haijalishi kwamba ni sikukuu, hamna cha kusherehekea mwaka huu. Tutafanya kuwa lengo kuu la mwaka ujao, mwaka kuanzia sasa, ni kuhakikisha kwamba uongozi huu ambao unamdhulumu mwananchi unaondoka katika uongozi wa taifa hili, na tutazidi kupigana hadi mwisho, hadi tamati, hatutasita. Kwa hivyo nataka kuambia vijana ni lazima tujitoe kwa nguvu. Hamna la kuogopa. Wakati umefika, tulikuwa tumetulia, hatuna ubaya, lakini umeona wametutafuta hata kwa nyumba zetu. Sisi tuko tu tale tupika chapati tuala, alafu baadaye wasikie ukitoka nje kwenda kununua peremende, unapatana na pale gari la polisi la kungoja, umebwagwa ndani, haujulikani mahali ulipo. Ukizidi kukaa hivyo, basi tamaanisha hadi hamna aliye na usalama mahali popote ulipo. Sisi sote lazima tujitolee, tusimame kidete na tuonyeshe viongozi wa taifa hili kwamba ni nani mwenye nchi, kwamba hili ni taifa letu, hakuna mahali kwingine tunaenda, hapa ndio kwetu, hapa ndio nyumbani, na lazima tutabadilisha haya yote ambayo yanafanyika, na hayawezi badilishwa na mkombozi kutoka nje. Mkombozi wa taifa hili ni wewe na mimi. Kwa hivyo lazima tujitolee. Jumatatu, iwapo waongelea kuhusu mabadiliko katika taifa hili, usipojitokeza, usiposimama kidete, basi jua kwamba wewe ni msaliti wa nchi yako. Jua kwamba wewe umeamua kuitupilia mbali nchi yako. Kwa hivyo lazima tujitolee, tuje kusimama pamoja. Wenzetu mahali walipo hatujui na hawana sauti ya kupaza. Saizi wewe ndio sauti ya Kibet. Kibet Bula alitekwa nyara. Hatujui mahali alipo. Haizi kujizungumzia yeye mwenyewe. Bernard Kabuli alitekwa nyara. Hatujui mahali alipo. Haizi kujizungumzia. Kwa hivyo sauti yako inahitajika kama kijana wa taifa hili, kama mama wa taifa hili. Maana hakuna aliye salama iwapo kuna mmoja wetu ambaye hana usalama. Sisi wote lazima tuungane. Na hata tu kusema hivyo, mimi ni mmoja wapo wale ambao nimetekwa nyara na hii serikali. Nimetekwa nyara kwa siku 2, nikawekwa kwa chumba ambacho sijui kwa wapi, nikadhulumiwa, na baada ya wananchi kupiga kelele ndipo waliponiachilia. Kwa hivyo leo hii tusipopaza sauti zetu, tusiposimama kidete na wale ambao wameshatekwa nyara, hamna vile watakuja wakiwa salama. na ni haki ya kusema kwamba lazima tusimame pamoja. Asanteni sana.
Wakenya msilale,
Lale lale wa Kenya musi, bado mapambano mapambano mapambano, bado mapambano mapambano mapambano, bado mapambano. Vijana musilale, lale lale vijana musilale, bado mapambano mapambano mapambano, bado mapambano mapambano mapambano, bado mapambano. If I say tetea, jina yao nasema say their name. Tetea Kibet,
Say their names.
tetea Kiplagat,
Say their names.
tetea Kavingo,
Say their names.
tetea Mwangi,
Say their names.
tetea Muteti,
Say their names.
tetea Kavuli,
Say their names.
tetea Mtumwa,
Say their names.
tetea Njuko,
Say their names.
tetea Mwema,
Say their names.
tetea waliotekwa nyara wote,
Say their names.
tetea vijana wa Kenya,
Say their names.
tetea ukombozi wa nchi.
Say their names. Jina langu ni Lamani Bila, ni mwenyekiti wa kikao muungano wa vijana ambao uko tayari kuleta mabadiliko kwenye taifa letu la Kenya. So kuna wenzetu wa
struggle. So we as the young people, we've been fighting for accountability. Unfortunately, from our government, whatever we are receiving from our government, it's only abduction and use of excess force by the police. So we as the young people, when we heard that our fellow comrades have been arrested, some have been abducted, we took it upon ourselves. Yesterday, we went through several police stations across Nairobi. We were at Pangani police station. We went to Kiambu police station. We also went to Kikuyu police station. Unfortunately, our fellow comrades, whom we know at personal level, we never found them there. But whatever the government is telling us, that the police are not responsible for the abduction of the youth. But when we go some months back, we find out that most of the people who were abducted on the streets and even from their homes, at some point they were being released from police stations. We have some cases like that of Billy the Nairobian. He was released from the police station after abduction. So we are calling out the government to ensure that they give us our fellow young men. In the next 2 days, we are going to be so vigilant with whatever they are doing. But on Monday, we are going to call for the mother of all protest. It's not only in Nairobi. We are going to call for the protest in all 47 counties. And we can even include the 48th county, which is the diaspora, to ensure that we go out there to speak for our fellow comrades, to ensure that the abductions they end. So this government, as I told you, the only language that they listen to is the language of the streets. Thank you so much.
My name is James Okumo, a member of a very active member of this country, and also the SG of the COW organization. We have a word for the president. The president has said through his clueless cabinet secretaries that they are not abducting Kenyans. This means we are having people whom we cannot refer to as terrorists. Therefore, if the president cannot handle terrorists, we want to demand that he do a presser, tell the world that he cannot handle terrorists in those countries as the president. He has an IG, clueless, has said he doesn't know these people, therefore these are terrorists. To Kenyans, this means we must now defend ourselves. Comrades, power. Power. This means Kenyans must now defend themselves. We are having a pattern now in this country, and RUTO is now setting the precedence that Your work as a family or as a parent is to give birth. His work is to abduct, then kill. And that must stop. Or it just resign, because you cannot tell us we have people who are killing other citizens and you don't know them. If he feels the most sagacious human being in this country is lying to himself, he's busy one thing with these clueless cabinet secretaries, and we will not accept it. Comrades, power! Power!
Viva Congress, viva!
Viva!
Viva Congress, viva!
Viva!
Congress power!
Power!
Congress power!
Power!
My name is Matthew Samuel Kongani, the chairperson NYEF, at the same time the youth leader. I'm here to express my sincere feelings and my sincere condolation with the families that their members have been abducted, more so with the comrade spirit. Our comrades Ronnie and Kibet, who have been abducted by unknown people, as the government is telling us. If the government cannot protect us, now it is time for us as youth to protect ourselves.
Correct.
True or false?
True.
Congress power.
Power.
Congress power. The only job that the government of Kenya Kwanza can do currently is the job of intimidating, the job of abducting, the job of intruding fear, the job of killing its own innocent citizens. If the government of Kenya Kwanza could be doing the job of service delivery to the youth, the same way they are doing the job of abducting the young people and they are abducting the vibrant young leaders that are upcoming, the country of the Kenyan at large could be at far as we're speaking currently. But the only job they can do without being overseen, without pushed by the people, is the work of abducting, intruding fear, and killing its own citizens. And we as young people, we as organizations as human rights organizations, we are not in line with the same thing. It is our time. We are only giving them 48 hours. By Monday, we need the release of all people that have been abducted with the exact statement of where they have been. Failure to that, we are going to shut down the country and we are going to take everything on our coast. Congress power! Power. Congress power! Power. We will not allow anyone to continue intimidating we as young youth, because the power is upon us. We put him there to represent us, but at the same time, he's trying to kill us and put us to the grave. Thank you very much.
The streets are calling! The streets are calling!
In this country, the kind of mitigation of conflict between the young leaders and the government has really accelerated. And I think this is the time that will foster communication, at least to bring forth inclusive dialogues between the community leaders, the church leaders, and at least catalyze on peace and cohesion between the young people and the government. Mr. President, we have some few requests for you. Kindly, the same way you go to the prayer room and make a prayer to God to give you the strength to abduct us, kindly give us the list of those in line you want to abduct. The people you are abducting are family, very young families. Some of those have wives who are expectant as we speak. How do you expect that their young family will deal with exotic pressure? Kindly stop abducting us. Viva, comrade, viva!
Viva!
That's what we've come out. I'm a member of Komako, Gamado and Mabuduzi, a citizen of Kenya also. I'm very shocked by what is happening. The number is very high, so high, it should not be allowed to happen. It's very sad that we have numerous abductions in this country. And the government, as the police, have sent out a statement denying that they're the ones who have done that. But it's more dangerous that the police cannot protect us. They have failed to protect the people of Kenya. And as I've said so many times, I think it's time for us to come to address the root cause of all these problems. Police impunity, police abductions, police excesses is not going to end anytime soon until we address the root cause of our problems. I see the hidden hand of colonialists in all that is happening in this country. I think we have never been free. And if you can see and look what is happening in countries like Burkina Faso, they are trying to shake off the shackles of the former colonizers. But here we are worshipping people who betrayed our freedom and who have killed the dreams of Kenyans. Now see what they have done to us. on June 25, they killed so many people. Nobody has been arrested or arraigned because those Kenyans, innocent Kenyans were killed. And even now, nothing is happening. So we are living in a lawless country, which is very, very dangerous for everyone. Nobody is safe. Nobody is safe. So on that first, we are coming out, and we are coming out very strong. We want the government to get out of the whole system.
Speaks legal advisor, and we gathered here today to air out to the media and the general public about the missing and the demise that has been happening for the fellow comrades who've been getting lost, who are being abducted by an unknown people. And this is actually, despite the fact that it's a festive season, it is coming as a reflection time for some of us because of the number of cases that have been increasing since June. And we are here to tell the general public, especially to address the president, that the allegations that are going around and what we presented in the courts says that those ones that are supposed to, the forces that are supposed to provide security to the citizens are coming out to say that they are not aware of the people who are abducting the innocent citizens. And they want to say that the Constitution of Kenya gives every citizen a mandate as enshrined under that 21 of the Constitution of Kenya, under the Bill of Rights, that they're supposed to protect, uphold, and be faithful to the Constitution of Kenya. And we want to tell them that it is the right time for them to release the people who have been abducted, who are missing, whom we don't know where they are up to now. And if it is not going to happen, we have also given an ultimatum of 4 days for this to be acted upon, and if it's not going to be acted upon, then we're going to participate also our constitutional right and Article 7 of the Constitution of Kenya to move out and demonstrate and call for everybody else to make sure that these missing persons have been found and they have been released. Thank you very much.
Power to the people.